Welcome back to Smoke Ring Society, everybody. I'm Anvil coming at you. Today, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of an arm roast and a chuck roast. We went and finally got our meat for the year, and I'm loaded down with these things. I figured it's time for me to figure out the best way to cook an arm roast, because you may or may not know, it is a tough cut of meat. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but you got to spend some time on it to tenderize this thing a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to season them up, I'm going to throw them on the smoker, and I'm going to see which one comes out best. My guess is, though, they're both going to be pretty awesome, because that's the only way I get down. Welcome into my private quarters. This is the place that I like to share information with my viewers and my friends. As a winner of flag football championships, collector of fine art, and drinker of the best, most expensive free alcohols that I've ever been given, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. So let's get down to it. The arm roast and the chuck roast are basically the same thing. They come from the same delicious part of the cow that's right near the brisket. However, the chuck roast is closer to the neck. Arm roast is on the shoulder itself. So, they're similar cuts, but they haven't gotten the glory and the love and the satisfaction that the brisket does. Now back to the recipe. And here they are. On this side, we have the delicious, beautiful arm roast, ready to roll. This side, the contender, the chuck roast, sitting here in his natural state, unsullied, ready to be seasoned and made delicious. Right off the bat, you can see the difference between these two cuts. Even though they're both from the same part of the cow, the arm roast, remember, is from the shoulder itself. So there's the bone right in it. There's not a lot of marbling. There's not a lot of fat. There's not a lot of connective tissues. The chuck roast is near the neck, where there's a lot more connective tissue and there's a lot more going on in that sucker. The chuck roast is going to need minimal seasoning. Arm roast, I marinated overnight. You can see the difference in the color right off the bat, because this sat overnight about 24 hours. It looks a lot darker and doesn't look as appetizing right now. This one looks like the champion right off the bat. So now I'm going to season up the chuck roast. I'm going to go outside and get the smoker fired up, and we're going to get these on and we're going to get cooking. While I'm cold smoking, you might be asking yourself, why is he using the Weber? Well, I'm telling him, just hold on. Jesus. Shut up. Weber gets jealous. Weber gets jealous when I get the smoker out. There's a competition thing between the two of them, and I don't know where it started, but I got to deal with it. Whenever the smoker's going, the Weber wants to make sure it gets the playing time. So I don't leave any tool in the toolbox. Everybody comes off the bench and everybody gets in the game, and every metaphor gets mixed. So that's why. What do you think, Flatty?
It's good, but it would be better if it was hot.
There's a good smoky flavor to it. It's just a tougher piece of meat that you tried to smoke. But overall, very good.
It's definitely smoky, but for an arm roast, I mean, it is an arm roast, so it's lean. And it has cooled up considerably. This thing has been resting for about 3 hours because it was done a lot faster than the chuck roast. So it tastes good. It's not as chewy as if you had like just cooked it. So I guess overall I'd say arm roast, smoked. This one I'll give it a C. If it was hot, I'd probably give it a B+. What do you think, Vlad?
It's got a nice smokiness to it. And the salt and pepper is really good.
I agree with Vlad that it's very tender. This one's a lot more fatty, which is not my preferred cut. But overall, because this just got off the smoker, it's nice and warm, and it's more melt in your mouth type meat coming off the smoker than it usually is the way it's cooked in the oven.
All right, because I am a fatty guy, I'm going to have 2 pieces. I'm going to have a piece that's pretty lean. I'm going to have a piece that's probably just straight up fat. So let's go lean first. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. The seasoning on this was minimal, salt and pepper. Not a lot. So the flavor of the chuck roast is really standing out right now. That's what I'm tasting first. So let's just get in with this fat daddy. That's gonna make the wife almost gag, but I love it. The fattier the better. That's melt in your mouth fantastic. So I guess ultimately, in my opinion, in this arm roast versus chuck roast showdown, chuck roast wins 1,000 times over because it's a fattier cut. There's a lot more flavor going on in it. It's juicier. Arm roast is kind of like the New York strip of roast. It's lean, tastes good, but it's lean. So if you like lean, you don't like fat, go with an arm roast. If you like fat and flavor and deliciousness and things that are great, go with your chuck roast, all right? So that's what I have to say about this, the smoke off. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments. Smoke Ring Society. Like, share, and subscribe. I love you.